Very much, Jeff. Shock and sadness this morning after a natural gas explosion rocked Minnehaha Academy. 2 longtime employees died when part of the school came crumbling to the ground yesterday. Authorities suspect the contractor hit a gas line. Now, investigators are telling us that there were warnings of a gas smell. People were getting out, but not everybody made it.
Yeah, and we begin our team coverage with Ellery McCardle, who has the very latest on the investigation.
Again, I want to show you a closer view of this school because it really is incredible what we're seeing here. You can see part of the building, a lot of the debris is just cascading down from the part of the building that is still standing. Employees say the explosion came almost instantly after they smelled gas, and that's what investigators are looking into, the possibility of a gas line that ruptured. Right now, everyone is accounted for, but the community is feeling heartache as the bodies of Ruth Berg and John Carlson were found. Carlson was found late last night. Several more were injured. You hear the stories of people inside who were not injured and clearly remember the blast. It's incredible.
It was really hard to see just because of all the smoke and the debris and everything from the ceilings collapsing. And the smell was pretty strong. It was hard to breathe. And so we got out as quick as we could.
Minneapolis police say they will resume their investigation right here this morning, and it will likely involve several agencies, including the State Fire Marshal's office and Minneapolis Fire Department as well. We will be back here next half hour with another update. Back to you.
Thank you, Ellery.
And at the center of Minnehaha Academy, there's faith that those tied to this Christian private school are leaning on, especially after learning 2 longtime employees were killed.
And these were both beloved people in the school, well known. Ruth Berg was engaged to be married this fall. She was the school's receptionist. She worked at Minnehaha for 17 years and always willing to go the extra mile.
The best adjective I have for Ruth is kind heart. She had such a kind heart. As she had a ready smile. She was willing to help everyone and anyone with anything they needed.
The other person killed, 81-year-old John Carlson, a Minnehaha Academy lifer. He attended Sunday school there when he was a toddler, and he was a graduate, class of 1953. Carlson's children attended the academy, and Carlson came out of retirement 14 years ago to work as a custodian there.
He's probably the nicest man in the entire world.
Now, Carlson was supposed to work the night shift, but he actually came in early so he could be with the students, which is just heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking, but it speaks to his passion.
Absolutely.
Speaks to
love of the school and the kids. As we said, 9 people were injured in that blast this morning. 1 that we know of remains in critical condition.
And that person is assistant soccer coach Brian Duffy. Melissa Colorado continues our team coverage now.
Adrian, we just got an update from HCMC, and they're telling us that 1 person has been released. So right now we have 2 people in satisfactory condition, and that 1 person, Brian Duffy, that assistant soccer coach that you just mentioned, that person remains in critical condition. Now, we saw a lot of heroes yesterday, those with years of medical training under their belts, and those who literally lived just across the street from Minnehaha Academy. They heard the gas explosion and they rushed in to help. We also know the medical team at HCMC, they stepped up big time, but we want to show you right now, our crew was there to capture an emotional reunion. The building supervisor reuniting with his anxious wife who was outside of the school. You can see he received an injury to the head, but other than that, he seems to be doing fine. And over at HCMC, at least 20 extra surgeons and physicians came in to help the team that was already there with 6 operating rooms prepared to handle those injured victims. 9 people in total were brought to HCMC, including 5, now 6 that have been released. The other 3 are still there. Again, 2 people in satisfactory condition and 1 in critical condition. We know that person is the school's assistant soccer coach, Brian Duffy. Now, HCMC, it is a level 1 trauma center, and their ER staff prepares for disaster situations just like the one that happened yesterday. And in the minutes after the explosion, police officers, the very first responders, they rushed inside towards the rubble to save people who were trapped. Take a listen.
We already felt the heat from the fire trying to get the one guy out. You know, sometimes makes you feel a little helpless. You know,
We
don't just
kinda-
put on a cape and become superheroes. We're just like you guys.
It was really hard not to stop and continue digging.
And those are some real heroes. You got to take into account that there were dangerous flames so close by and the threat of yet another explosion. But again, that update from HCMC, one person has been released, 2 victims remain in satisfactory condition, and that one person, Brian Duffy, he is still in critical condition. Guys, we'll send it right back to you.
Thanks, Melissa. A little bit of good news there for one person.
Yes, indeed. And a lot of people, a lot of you at home have been reaching out, asking, how can we help? What can we do? Well, we are working with the school for that information, and when we find out, we'll let you know.
And coming up later, you're going to be hearing more from the witnesses and the first responders who rushed to that scene to help. Plus, we're going to look at just how common gas line explosions are here in Minnesota. And as always, you can find more information on KARE11.com as well as our very many social media accounts. Adrian?
All right, Kim, MnDOT is looking to identify the driver of this big rig to send a bill for the damages caused to the Lowry Tunnel last week. This MnDOT video featured in the Star Tribune shows a driver of a semi-truck illegally driving in the tunnel and shattering 47 lights lining the wall inside the inside lane. Now, since last month, trucks like this have been banned from the tunnel during its overhaul. A new bridge connecting Wisconsin and Minnesota is open for traffic this morning. The St. Croix Crossing Bridge replaces the old Stillwater Lift Bridge, which is now closed to traffic. Governor Mark Dayton and Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker said the bridge represented years of hard work by thousands of dedicated crews and decades of bipartisan efforts.
Any governor that can get Michelle Bachmann and Al Franken together on the same subject has done a remarkable task. So thank you, Governor Dayton.
Lots of cheers and smiles there. When traffic on the bridge opened last night, the Stillwater Lift Bridge officially closed to traffic. It will undergo extensive renovation and reopen as a pedestrian and bike bridge in June of 2019.
Well, President Trump taking to Twitter last night, calling out a report that quoted him as saying the White House is a dump. The president says he loves the White House, calling it one of the most beautiful buildings he's ever seen. Meantime, the president has reluctantly signed off on sanctions for Iran, North Korea, and Russia. And while the president signed the bill, he called the sanctions significantly flawed and even unconstitutional.
He also sent a clear signal that we won't tolerate interference in our democratic process by Russia.
The president also unhappy with the current U.S. strategy in Afghanistan. NBC News reporting that he told shocked advisors to fire the general in charge of Afghanistan because, quote, we weren't winning. Today, the National Security Council is scheduled to meet and discuss changing the U.S. strategy in Afghanistan. Sven?
Yeah, we've got showers on our doorstep this morning. Some of those showers heavier out west. There was even a little lightning and thunder, but it looks like those are weakening. Grab the umbrella. On and off, scattered showers today. Temperatures falling into the 50s and some wind just to make it a little worse as we head into the afternoon.